All right. I think this is worth writing down a dream target. I'm not saying it's going to get there. I'm not saying I'm going to stay in the trade till it gets there. I'm not saying any of that, all right? I'm just saying that, you know, this thing has potential to have huge days. It really does in either direction whenever it wants to. And if this is really it for this thing, if it's really catastrophe today, then it will not only go to 62, could break 62. I think the next level is 60, but let me just see here. What do I really think is going to do it, though? That's the question. Well, this will be the dream target today. It'll be 58.50. It's not insane either. It's not an insane number, but I don't know if I'd even be in the trade till then, but I'm writing it down. So I think 62 is very likely, though. I think 62 is very likely. I really don't think anything's going to stop this from working today. I think it's finally going to break. It's been trying so many times. I think this is finally going to do it. So I think this is catastrophe for this today. If you want my honest opinion, I think this thing is going to have a big red bar today. And so we're going to have to trade it. And I want you to give yourself a couple of trades. And if you take full size and trade 1 and trade 2, and we need 3 trades to get it, and you panic and can't do it, can't press the button, and that's the one that drops $6. You got to know this ahead of time and make the adjustments. I'm telling you, this thing is not easy to trade. I'm telling you, you've got to give yourself a couple trades in it. Don't worry about sizing yourself some gigantic size in this. The stock will pay you today if it works. And if you took 100 shares, it'd pay you today. So, just make sure you don't not get it. Okay? You can't not be in it when it runs. So the idea is to be in it when it runs. That you've got to be in it when it runs. Okay? So I'm going to be aggressive. I may be aggressive 3 times on this today with full size because I see a big target in hand, but I'm going to do my best to be careful. Actually, did I write this number down now? This is another area. 65. I'll add that in. So I think I got them all. I'll write the dream target too in the room as well. I mean, I definitely have the gap down. I always do. And even when they don't work the day, they work the next day. I own that. But, these entries, when these things are in these areas like this, where there's, where the stock, number one, is very active, heavily traded, lots of people in it, big gap down, wiggles and jiggles, whips normally, all the things that we already know, it's about getting the entry right and just nailing it. And, you see me do it aggressively, and just hit it, and it, in a way that I see it when it happens and I do it, and then we've done them sometimes and they've flipped and we've had to redo them. I mean, I think that this is just, part of trading. All right. When I see the entry set up, though, we have to do it. I can't predict every single thing in the world, although I really want to make sure I absolutely know what I want this to do today. So there's all the numbers. Let me figure out how I want it to set up and the resistance first. Lulu cannot go over 72.40 today. If it does, I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. If it does some crazy, crazy tail up to 72.40, I'm going to lay off too. Even if it holds that number, because I'm going to want to see it settle down. If it does a jerky motion like that in the first 5 minutes of the day, and if this does any kind of jerky motion in the first 5 minutes of the day, I'm going to back off. I don't want to go into something that just does a $2 spike up or down at all. I'll wait for it to settle down. Wait, okay? Because that's like a machine that does that. This thing that happened this morning was a machine. This wasn't a person. The reason that I'm saying this is fantastic is because I talked about this before I found it, and it was there then, and I didn't even know it was there until I saw it then. So I know now that that is it, because I saw it up here before I even saw it down there. Okay? That's how you know. When you get the confirmation, I'm looking at the bigger picture. That's where I get everything. Then I go and I say, wait a minute, there it is. It already did it, and therefore it should not do it again as far as I'm concerned. And to be honest with you, if it does it, I may not even do it if it retests it again. It should not retest that again. It just did it this morning, and I found the area before it did it, so it shouldn't do it again. That's not going to be good. That's going to be problematic for this. Why? I want to see weakness. This thing has been trying to break and trying to break and trying to break and trying to break and trying to fall and trying to go and can't do it and trying. And the market's been helping to lift this up as well, by the way. But the fact is that I do think today this is real, and I do think it's going to break today. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to fight it. So let's just figure out what it wants to do. Honestly, I got to be honest with myself. I don't want to talk myself into it. If I have to be honest with myself in an ideal world, Lulu sets up and sets the high of the day at 9:30 on the first bar of the day. I don't care if that bar is green. I don't care if it's red. I don't care if it's a tail. I don't care what it is. But in an ideal world, I have to be honest with myself. Lulu sets the high of the day on the first bar. That would be an amazing trade today for the stock. And if it doesn't do that, will I do it? Yes. But I want to see it set up by 9:35. I'm going to change what I said here a little bit. I'm going to change what I said here a little bit earlier. Lulu must set up and trigger by 9:35. Forget 9:40 or even 9:45. This thing will rally too much if it wants to rally, and then it's going to start looking reverse squishy. Here's what I want to see. I want to see immediate weakness. Why do I want to see that? There's too many people in this in the morning. I want to make sure that the selling continues. That this isn't just people deciding to short this in the morning, which I don't think it is. Okay, I got to be honest with you. This is all selling, and there's some shorts in here, but I want these shorts along with all the sellers. I want the selling to continue, and I want the shorts to not get out. I want them to not get out of the stock. I want them to see the same thing as me, that the potential for this is to go to 62 bucks today. I want them to see that and therefore not cover. There's no reason to cover if they see a target of $62. No one would do that. Do you see what I'm saying? I say that sometimes, and we've talked about that, and there was a couple different gaps that was the case. That's not here. That's not this. I gotta be honest with you, this isn't a big gap to me. I know it looks like it's monsterish, and probably every trading room out there would say, oh, this is too big. This is perfect. I said it. I said it this morning. I said it. It's perfect. This is not too big. This is exactly what you want to do. This is exactly what it has to do. This is exactly what it needs to do. If it didn't do this, it would look like crap, and I wouldn't be so excited about it. It's doing absolutely everything that it needs to do, and it hasn't done anything wrong all morning. So I'm going to be aggressive on this. If this takes me out on the first setup, I'm not going to move off of it. I may not even look at anything else the whole day. In fact, I don't even care about the market, because I have a feeling the market is going to come in today. And if the market holds, I still don't care. It shouldn't affect Lulu. If this thing is going to break and everybody wants out, they don't give a crap about the market, and they're going to sell it all day long. And that's what I'm looking to see here. And if it doesn't do it, and this first trade fails, I may be aggressive on the second trade. I'm going to give myself 3 full trades in this today. I can do it. It's been a good month. All right. And if I get 3 stop outs today, I'll lay off. That's it. I'll stop for the day. And I still won't be stopped out. I'll have 3 lost trades. It won't be good, but at least I hit it. I'm going to try to do my best to get it the first time. I'm going to try to do my best to get it twice if it flips me out the first time. I'm going to pull myself back a teeny weeny bit if it takes out the high of the day on my first setup. But not much, okay? The only thing that's going to set me off is 2 things. 1, reverse swoosh. 2, ugly crazy tail, first bar of the day. And 3, over 72.50. I won't even do it at all. Therefore, I won't lose any money. So I don't think it should retest it. It's already retested it. I found the area. This is breaking through just everybody on the planet. And there's no reason that this shouldn't work today. If this doesn't work today, life doesn't make sense. That's all I have to say. This isn't like big. This isn't like some of the other ones. This is like This is like 100% conviction. I don't know what to say. The only problem is that Lulu's whippy. What does that mean? It means a stop could be big. It means a stop isn't going to be 5 cents. It means it's going to have a spread. I have no idea what the stop's going to be. It could be 75 cents with the spread. This isn't going to be like one of those ones that we dream about getting a 15-cent stop and then it runs $3. What it is, it is. Boom, that's it. And where the stop has to be, it has to be. You know? And you got to get it right. And you got to get it right. And the most important thing here is the numbers. So let's go over the numbers. Let's go over the numbers. This is how I want it to set up. And I'm not going to pretend that this isn't what it needs to do. Part of the situation when you're filling out this sheet is being honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. And if you're not honest with yourself, then you're forcing it, in which case then you can't trade right. All right, so Lulu it is. Let's figure out the resistance. I know what it needs to do. So I got the maximum level. I just want to see if this wants to do a rally in the first 5 or if it wants to do 1 bar and set and then go where I want it to go, ideally. Let's look at ideally first. Let's look at the daily first. See, this is even too far away. Do you see what I'm saying here? This is too far away. So, you know, this is too far away. This is why I'm saying it needs to open and go right away. Any trade back up through this, any trade back up through this, do you see how any trade back up through this, any trade back, look at them. There's like 1,000 big green bars here. Any trade back up through them isn't good. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's no rally. And I'll short stuff in a rally all day long, but I don't want to see that here. It's going to not look good. Just trying to find an area that I even think it should go up to, and not really. Here. 71. $71. It's really, that's what it needs to hold. I just don't even like it anywhere above this. I don't even like it. There's nothing really there. It's 71. I mean, when you look at this chart, this is the only thing you see. There is nothing else. Do you see what I'm saying? Therefore, it needs to open and start trading down. I will write this number down, though. 71.25. So it's interesting. Every trading room in the world is going to have this on the list simply because I know that people look at only the prior day, even though that's not information and it's stupid to trade that way, only looking at that. But people do, and that's what they use to make decisions. And the funny thing is, there's another thing that people use to make decisions in trading rooms typically is the size of the gap. They will be confused because they'll think the size of the gap is down a lot, too much, even though the crush of yesterday's bar. So I think it's going to be one of these things where people are going to have a hard time trading this. So we're gonna do the best we can, but I think traders are going to be whipped around like banshees in this today because they're not going to know what to do with it. I know what to do with it. I just don't know how it's going to set up. All right. This does warrant aggressive trading, though. Because the size of the gap is not too much. The size of the gap is not too big. Period. End of story. And if you see it that way, readjust your eyes. Look for what I see. 71.17, 71.09, 71.10. So this is good for you today, Vinny, because you don't like to do these. This is good practice for you today, okay? This is really good practice for you today because of the fact that you probably normally wouldn't like this thing. for the reasons I'm saying. This is good practice. I think that chart reading is a skill, and I think it's a skill you got to work on, and I think that's all there is to it. But if you have someone helping you see things in a certain regard and pointing in the right direction, you're going to acquire the skill. Plus, you're going to press the buttons and trade in here with me. And when you make the money, you're going to say, "Ooh, that worked." And then you're going to go back and see it and see it and see it. But it's a skill. There's no way around the fact that it isn't a skill. You can buy all the packages you want for Fibonacci's and all kinds of things in the world. It doesn't beat your brain, and it doesn't beat your eye, and it's a skill. I don't know what to say. But you can learn it, and it doesn't have to take 1,000 years. 7072. If Lulu rallies first, Steve is saying, I want it to hold 71.25 at the most. That's $1 away. Okay, 71 in an ideal world, and really no rally at all. No rally at all. No rally at all here. So I have these areas, 70, 71-ish. I've got the 71. I've got the 71.25. These people here, I'll even write down 70, 38. I'll put this in the room in a minute. 70, 40. And then, you know, we do need to look at the market. We do need to look at the market, and we have time here now. I don't think there's anything else for me to look at here today, but if there is, let me know. Let's look at the market right now. 43, 38, 43, 38. All right, I got that. All right, let's look at the market. We're going to try to hold. What can I say? I got up this morning, I looked at this, I said, gosh, this is starting to look bearish. Maybe I need to take a second look at this and study what's going on here. But now I'm sitting here looking at this, and it looks like we're going to try to hold. This is a piece of crap. I don't know what to tell you. This is a tough market. I did say we're going to trade in a range that could last for 2 months. It could last all summer. We may not break 75 or this area here until September 1st. I don't know. You know, all I'm saying is this is starting to look really messy, and the mess could last as long as it feels like not being messy. We are in a bullish market. We're coming in. We did. We held quickly here. It was nice, and we traded up. Didn't follow through yesterday. Not that big of a deal. Gapping down today, that bothers me. I got to tell you, when I woke up and looked at this morning, the first thing my brain said was, ew, bearish. Okay, bearish for today. I think any retest down in here starts to look really choppy in this market. I don't think we should retest it. We held so nicely. If we retest it, does it mean that we don't hold it? No, but I think it's going to be very confusing for people. I think it's going to be very confusing for people, and therefore it will be sloppy and choppy. But this whole thing that went on from January, February, March was confusing for people. We'd seem to go up and we'd break. We'd seem to go up and we'd break. We come down farther than we think, we'd break a support, and then we'd hold and go up. Then we broke out and gapped up. The trend was uptrending here, and we're still in an uptrend no matter what this does. But this is really going to be sloppy if we retest down in here. But I wouldn't put it past this market to do anything. It feels like it's not ready to go over 75. That much I know. That much I can tell you. In the next week of trading, we will not break 75. I don't see it now. Not with this. We're going to bat around in here and have a tough time. We're going to retest here possibly, and we may not break over here until July or something. I don't know. You know, this is not happening yet. Okay, so just. We're going to trade in a neutral range of a market that some days will be bearish and some days will be bullish, and some days will go down and then completely flip direction. This is going to be very difficult to go and look at the market to help you decide what trades to take. So be wary. All right. Luckily, it doesn't bother me because I do gaps. But if you're in longer term positions, if you're in overnight positions, if you're in longs, you're in the right direction for overnights in something strong in this market, but don't. You know, you got to see what you see, and don't give up on your trades just because of this. This is not changing the trend of this market here. I think it's bearish, and I'm a little surprised because I didn't think we'd retest that low so quickly. So quickly, okay, so quickly. We just made it. It looks like we're going to do it again today, and we just did it. We just did it. Thursday. Yes, it was Thursday. But I got to be honest with you here. This is a little nice seat, and this fat lady sings. So this could be a seat here of a fat lady, and it might hold here. That would confirm the bullishness in the market to get over here sooner rather than later. But I don't know. In fact, let's write the number. The close of the day of this hold that turned green is important. 72.41. It's also over here. 47. 50. 51. 40. 41. 40. 57. 50. Okay. So I think that's going to be a one area. In fact, that could be the low of the market today. Okay, that's the area. If we break that, we're going to retest the low. So we're gonna trade in. We're not that far. We're 30 cents there. We're going to know right away in the first 15 minutes of the day. If we trade right down there and hold it and bounce nice and solid and smooth and easy, we're holding today. If we don't, if we go past that, we're gonna retest this area. And if we retest this area, we're not going to hold like this. It's going to come down and be red. I just, you know, whatever it wants to do. So my bias in the market today is retest 71.40, okay, and hold. No, I'm sorry, 72.40. Retest 72.40 and hold. If we do not hold, we're going to retest the low we just set on Thursday, in which case the market's going to be red today. Okay. I think this is very tricky. There's no significant data out today. A lot of stuff at the end of this week. I was thinking that we might, if we held nicely bullishly, break out of that range of 75 with the data at the end of the week, if it's strong. But I don't see us doing that at all this week now. Just X on that. Even no matter what we do today, we're not going to do that, because you know what? Even if we sit here and hold on this fat lady's butt, we're not going to trade over here this week. We won't. This is still confusing for people. They won't feel the conviction to buy. They won't do it. So not in the next few days. So this screws up this break. It's not going to happen this week. I still see it happening, but not right now. 162.74. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at there. That's C. All right, so let Lulu be. Okay, Lulu is fine. Here's the resistance. I'll put it in the room. My bias in the market today is bearish out of the gate. Okay? Bearish immediately. I do think we're going to retest these numbers I just gave you for the Qs and the SPYs. If we trade up first, we're going to make a knot, and we're going to actually go red then the whole day. So if the first 15 minutes of the day are bullish, I don't think it holds. I think a hold today strong in the market would require an immediate retest of that area of support first, then hold strong, then trade up. If we go up first, we're going to run into these people and we're going to drop. We're going to run into resistance and drop today and be red then today and may not hold this then. A stronger reaction for the market would be to go down first and hold somewhere in here. Remember, these are areas. And then go green and trade up, and then really come down and basically have a day that has a topping tail and a bottoming tail and some kind of body. The body could be green or the body could be red. We're not going to get above here today. We could possibly trade down here today. This looks impossible and probably would never happen. It's not going to today. So we're going to be stuck in here today. And if we go up first, we're going to be red. If we go down first, we're going to hold. It may be temporary, but for the day. This is hard. This is challenging. I'm telling you what I see, but I got to be honest with you. This isn't easy. If you went into 5 different trading rooms today, they'd all say something different. Who's going to be right? Who knows? All right, I'm calling it the way I see it, but I'm telling you, this is sloppy now. It's just, you know, sloppy. The market is not bearish, but we're starting to look weak. How long is it going to last? I don't think very long. I think this is part of the thing that I said is going to continue for the next month or two, however long, until it wants to break out and go higher. There's nowhere for us to go unless we break out. All right, here's the Lulu resistance. Maximum area, 72.40. I would not short that over that number today. I wouldn't do it. All right, that's just my personal opinion. In an ideal world, it's 71.25, 71. We're nowhere near those numbers now. And then I'm just going to put all these other numbers here because there's like so many and they all are significant and they all matter. I have just, my only thoughts for those of you that just signed in is to be careful today with Lulu. All right, if you don't think you can handle it, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Wait for a 5-minute, wait for a 15-minute. Don't do it at all. Okay, we've been back and forth about some of these ones, you know, that we've traded in these higher price points that move in lot and have the spreads. You got to be okay with it. You really have to be okay with it, because if you're not okay with it, you won't do the trade right. You'll risk too much. You won't risk enough. You won't put the stop at the right place. Something will happen and it'll screw with your head. You know, it's been a nice start to the month. Yesterday really was nothing. TiVo was a dink. And, you know, there's really just, you've got to be careful with this. Okay, you either have to make a decision, you're going to give yourself 2 or 3 trades, or you got to size yourself down a little bit and just be okay with it. Really. And it's not a bad idea just to watch. It's just a really, if you can't stomach dealing with this today, all right, then just watch. I never watched, and I should have watched. I would have been better if I'd done more watching. I did trading. I couldn't not trade, all right? It's not that bad to watch. Watching is not a bad thing. You can't make money watching, but you learn. Sometimes it helps your confidence level to be able to do these things the next time. And come July, we'll get 1 million of these. So 71.50, did I put that in there? No, let me write 71.50 in there too. I don't want to take a loss on this today because I want it to work, okay? But I don't want to force it to work. So, you know, but I'm prepared to take a loss if I have to because the thing is good and I've got to trade it. So, you know, this is just what it is. Okay. So any questions about Lulu? I want to grab a cup of coffee. I haven't talked about anything all day but this in the market. There's really nothing else to go aggressive after. Cocoa is a nice little guy here. If you don't want to do Lulu, do Cocoa. Cocoa's fine. Actually, target on Cocoa is $2.20, $2.10, $2. Cocoa is perfectly fine. Cocoa could even rally all the way up to $2.50, and as long as Cocoa holds $2.50, which it did even this morning, look at this, beautiful, you can short it. Cocoa could rally all the way up here and it's a short, and you can take it wherever it wants to go. And with the market, this could go to $2. Look at this market. Look. So if this trades up first, we're going to be red today. Just that's how I'm seeing it. This is tough. This is really, really hard. Just be careful. All right. If you do stuff, Frank, the stuff you do, I wouldn't do it today. I wouldn't do the normal stuff you do. I wouldn't do Apple. I wouldn't do Netflix. I wouldn't do any of these things. They're going to be chop, 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 chop with the market. You're not going to have any clear anything with those things. Any normal stuff that trades with the market or these high beta things, I'd lay off of them today. Do Lulu with me if you want to do something. I think this market is really going to be rough this morning until it situates itself. Okay? A better, cleaner, nicer move is to trade up first and then come in red all day. Or trade down first and then hold immediately and be green all day. But I don't see cleanliness here in the activity. I see jerky. It's indecision. That's what it is. It's indecision. It's an indecisive market right now for the short term. That's what I see. Because the market's strong overall in a bigger time frame, and yet we're coming in on an intraday, shorter term periods. Okay? Lulu doesn't do anything wrong all morning. Beautiful Lulu. So do we have every single number in the world now on Lulu? I think we do. So let's just re-look at it again. Lulu must set up and trigger by 9:35. In an ideal world, Lulu sets the high of the day at 9:30. I want to see immediate weakness. Okay. So that's it. Any questions on Lulu? I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. We're going to do Lulu today. I'm going to give myself 3 trades, although I don't think I'm going to take all 3. I'm thinking I can get it in 1, maybe 2. But I'm going to be aggressive in the first one. And if it flips me out, we'll take it again. The only way I wouldn't do this today is if it does a reverse swoosh or trades over 72.40. Okay? Don't do this if you don't have the stomach to do it today. Okay? Or take 100 shares of it. Take 100 shares of it then and trade it with me. You're not going to hurt yourself with 100 shares. And if it goes to work and runs to 62, you'll make $800. So just take 100 shares. All right? All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Lulu rules the world today. I'm not looking at anything else right now, okay? And the only way we're going to get this right is if I'm staring at it. So this is what we're doing. Testing my skills here today, that's for sure. So we'll see what we can do. I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, is everybody ready? Any questions on Lulu? We got 10 minutes. Let's quick look at the market. Just nothing from that. So, funny thing was, I was thinking the DMND was going to be it today, and it's not. And the PBY never had earnings. I don't know what was up with that. Let's look at these other ones here. Pay is good today. Infi's good today. MLNX is good today. This does have to be taken on a rally. Pay, I think, is good when it breaks 17. Infi is good when it breaks the low of yesterday. Okay. Be careful with this market today. All right. And the reason this is tricky is because this is doing what's a daily sell setup, but it's in a bullish market, so it really isn't, number one. And number two, we're making a lower high here, and we made a lower low just before, but that's really nothing that means it's changing the trend, and we've talked about this. So, you know, but that is why people are going to be like getting excited about being bearish, and we could trade red today. But I still think the market holds, and this isn't changing the trend. We've talked about this before, that those pivots is not the way to trade right in reference to reading stuff. This is just, this is a range-bound market right now. That's all that it is. Okay. So good luck on Lulu today, everyone that does it. I'm going to give myself 3 trades. I don't really want to take more than one, but we'll have to see. And we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Good luck. Any questions, anyone? Everyone's quiet. We will go over Lulu when we're done. This could be a fast morning. I'll give you the numbers as soon as I see them. Okay. See Cocoa. Oops. Cocoa isn't bad. I mean, Cocoa's an immediate short too if it sets up here. I'm not going to do that, but okay. All right, so Lulu is around 70 now. I'm going to keep with everything I said before and keep the same numbers. Really, 70.38 is looking a lot better for an area, which is only 40 cents away. So a push really hard fast up to 70.40 for Lulu or an immediate short. If you don't want to do a 1 minute low in this, if this is how it sets up, if you're too concerned about it, then don't do it with me. Wait, okay? Those of you that don't like to trade aggressively initially, today is not a day to try this. I like this, so I'm going to do it if it sets up that way, particularly if it has a decent stop. I don't really want to take a dollar stop in this. If this sets up with a 1 minute low and the stop's $1, I won't do it. I'll wait to see if I can get a better entry. But the stop on this may be 50, 60 cents. You know, it's up to see. And I'm going to probably price 10 cents plus 5 for 15 over the number. So it's, yeah, 15 is a good cushion for this right now. If the spread stays around here, I think it's going to have to be that much. All right. The spread's moving too different. And this thing does tails. Okay. All right. Is everybody good? No shorts on Lulu over 72.40. No shorts on Lulu and reverse swooshes. And we're not going to do any more than 3 trades in this. 3 is the max anyways. And I don't really want to do more than 1. But so we'll just see here how good I can get it. Let's not even talk about the targets right now. Let's just get the entry right. And after we're in it, we're up, we'll figure out the targets. I put them in the room from before, but if we focus on them too much, we'll miss what we're doing here. Okay. Everybody's quiet, no questions, so that means everybody's getting ready to trade. Okay. I really think this is going to set up immediately. So let's just see. Even if the market doesn't. The market just broke a new pre-market low in here. So remember, 72.40. 72.40 is the first place it looks like we're going to try to go to. 72.40 may hold, FYI. I don't know if it's going to, but it might. If we are going to hold today, that's the number. If we don't, then we're going to just drop. And in the SPY, it was 162.74. But let's, you know, let's watch the cues because we're with Lulu today. It's trading nicely. All right, I said a million shares before the open. Here we are, 1.3. 1.3, and these people that are shorting this should stay in it. Big target on this today. I don't want to see any real rally. We'll see if I'm right. All right, let's just see how nice this is going to trade for us here. Any crazy spikes, I'm also going to lay off of it, no matter what the number is. If it does some crazy, taily, spiky thing anywhere, I'll be pulling myself back to wait to take a trade in it. It's got to settle down, then it'll be too jerky. Okay, but oftentimes these days of the gap, these things that act crazy will act nice. So you never know. Just can't predict. All right. Good luck, everyone. Do the right thing. Follow your trading plan. All right. And I'd be roughing out, you know, a 40, 50 cent stop in here if you want to do a roughie to just put something in your jiggy. Thanks, Vinny. This is a good example for you today because you don't like these big gap downs, but you know, I'm all over these things. This is a good one for you to watch today. All right, any questions? Everybody is so quiet. Everyone's as focused as me today on this. All right. So maybe we'll just get Lulu today to 62 bucks and we'll take the rest of the week off, huh? That works for me because I don't know where we're going to get the rest of the week. So today we need a goodie. Oh, you know what? TiVo continuation today. I just thought of that. I don't know where I just thought of that from, but that's the other one that should continue today besides the other ones on the list. Sorry, forgot. Didn't put it in the room, but TiVo for later. I don't think anybody should do anything out of the gate, though, but Lulu. There isn't any other gaps today. We didn't rate anything but this. Okay. Market could trade down 20 cents and hold at 935. I'm just telling you. The market could trade right down and hold. It's 20 cents away from the number, and we're going to open. If it breaks it, we'll run red, but it's 20 cents away from holding the first place. It's really almost there. Okay. Let's see if Lulu really wants to go today. Oh gosh, we've looked at this so many times, so. Okay. Good luck, everyone. Money manage yourself today. Make sure you do the right things. Okay. Okay, good luck. Even if it's reverse swishes, I'll sit and still look at it. But I may not trade it. I probably won't trade it then. But let's just see how it opens. I don't think it's going to do that, though. We could short it right here. I'm not going to do it. It held 70. It held 70. That would be too aggressive, and I'm not going to do it. But it just held $70 exactly on the open. That may hold. Let's see. Okay, at 9:31, I'm going to give you a number here. If it hits it, it's going to be 51 by 70, 20, 51 by 70, 20, 51 by 70, 20, 51 by 70, 20, 51 by 70, 20. It's got to hit right now in this minute. 51 by 70, 20. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that trade I just called. Don't do it. I didn't press the button. Don't do it. Wait. Wait. Don't do anything. All right, it broke 70. So 70.38 was the next number. All right. I didn't do a trade. Let's wait. It's going to rally. Give it this pop. Okay, 70.38 was an area. It went up to 70.36. It was an exact number, so let's just wait. Wait, wait, wait. Crap, I want to look at the market, but I don't want to take my eye off this. What's the market doing? Somebody write it in the room. I can't move my screen here, or I'm not going to miss this. Okay. All right. Nothing to do yet. No, I can't give you any numbers. Nothing. Nothing. Just wait. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, wait, wait. We didn't even get to the 40 number. We held at 50. So market traded down, Lulu traded up. Let's see, 70.73, 70.72 is a number. This is going to be a huge stop. If you want to do it, you can do it 69.69 and put the stop at 70.60. It's almost $1. I did that. Let's just wait. No, 88. 88 by 60. 88 by 60. 88 by 60. 88 by 60. Can't go over 45 here. This can't go over 45. 88 by 60. 88 by 60. Maybe we'll get a better number. It's a huge stop. In fact, I'm taking on the break of 70. I'm taking on the break of 70 and put my stop at 60. Do what you want. Next time it breaks 70, if it does it right here, I'm going to take it. Put the stop at 60. It'll be a 60-cent stop. And if it doesn't break 70 here, then I haven't done a trade yet in this. I keep giving numbers. It's not doing it. Wait. Just wait. Darn it. I think this is it, though. Okay. Break of 70. Break of 70 by 60. 70 by 60. 70 by 60. The break of 70. You gotta wait till it hits for this one. You can't jump the gun on this, unfortunately. Time of the day. Time of the day is good. Here, I'm in. I'm taking it. I'm taking it now. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. 60 is a stop. 60 is a stop. 60 is a stop. 70, 60. 70, 60. 70, 60. You got to be in. And we're giving it plenty of room. 70, 60. I saw it was going to hit. I took it a couple pennies before. All right, you got to be in. You got to be in. We could have taken it 04, but 70 was a better break. And the stop is above here. And we're giving it plenty of a cushion. If it wants to do a tail, you got to be in it. Low of the day break is 52. That's what we're looking for. All right, so under 69.52 is the new low, and that's where we have to get under. You got to be in this with me if you want it. This is the best I can do with the stop, I'm sorry to say. And we're giving it a 15-cent cushion here in case it does a tail, because it is Lulu. It's not the high of the day, it's over here. All right. And we could have done it at 04, but I saw it was going to break 70, and this is a better number. So the stop is above here. This is the stop. It shouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'm giving this a cushion because of the way the stock trades. It does have to break a low here. All right, that's it. We're in it. This is the best we can do. The risk to reward is going to be there if this plays out today. So, all right. Number bounced. 72.44. I said 72.41. Let's see if this holds. This could hold here. I gave you the number at 41. It got within 3 pennies of it. For the SPY, it was 162.74. Oh my God, we bounced off that number exactly on the SPY. That's it. I think we hold in the market here. So this Lulu, it's got to hold. And we're giving it a teeny weeny jiggle. Okay? You must. This is Lulu. This is working. Come on. All right. I could give a place to add, but the stop's going to have to be the same. So, you got to size yourself accordingly. This is better than taking $1. And I think putting it over 30 would have been too tight. So it's what it has to be, unfortunately. All right. So we're going to look for the break of 70, 60, and 50. This is 70, 60, and 50. That's what it has to do. And I think this is it. We're not going to have to do this more than once. This trade right here works. And if this trade doesn't work, this isn't going to work today. We got the stop at the right place. I wanted it to set the high of the day in the first bar. It almost did. I like the whole number open. It did set the high of the day in the first 5 minutes. So that shows the weakness. The market is going to flip here. And if Lulu continues and holds weak, this is good. Yep, market's going to hold there. That was the number. So, all right. Stop is at 70, 60. I wish it was better. I mean, we could have got it better by 4 cents, but I did kind of take it before it hit in here. Just got to give it the cushion with this guy. So under 83 is a good confirmation. It just this price is so far away from the price here. I'm in it. I'm not doing any ads. Here. We're gonna get the break of the low. Under 52, under 52. Beautiful, 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 beautiful Lulu. I hope somebody did it with me. Did anybody do this with me? Let's see if we can get it to 68 bucks in this one whole ride. I see if we can get it. Yay. All right, I hope you guys did it with me. This takes guts. Gutsy trade. And I didn't even put the stop over the high of the day. Why? I'll go over it later. Mark, you couldn't do it. Oh! And you couldn't do it either. Oh my gosh. Couldn't you request it, or was it too late? Vinny did it. Good job. Good job. All right, so we're looking for just a nice break of the low of the day. And the time of the day is 9:40. If this can break the low of the day in the next 5 minutes, it's super duper weak. Jax, you couldn't get in either? Oh my God, nobody even said anything. I've talked about this since 8 a.m. Nobody told me they couldn't get it. Can't you request it? Under 65. Oh, you couldn't request it even. Like they wouldn't get it. Under 65. Under 69.65. Under 69.52. And then under $69. That's where we're going with this. You couldn't get LDK? Well, that was the price point with that one probably. All right, this isn't ready to go yet. I mean, you know, you're in it with me, you're up, but this isn't ready to just fall out of the sky here. If I was right about that number, literally. Let's see. This is where we absolutely, the number is where we should hold. This is it. Now, if we don't hold this number with the low the market just made, it was exactly where I said, then we're gonna be red all day today. So it bounced off of it. Let's see if we hold it. Should have no effect on Lulu though. Don't exit Lulu because of the market. Lulu isn't doing anything wrong. It's gonna wiggle and jiggle here. So we have the stop at 70.60. This is 70.30. Crap. This is going to be another one of the zigzag patterns. I can see it right here. Gosh, I didn't know that 3 people couldn't get it. 3 people couldn't get it. Here we go. Here we go. Under 52. Under 52. Under 65. Under 52. Yeah! I didn't even need 2 trades in this today. Woo! Go, Lulu. Go! It just did it! It's doing it! We're going to get it. Can we get it to 62? Is it even realistic? I don't want to be piggish here. 68. It's going to be 68. It's probably 68. Can we hold the whole trade until 68 is the question. That's the question. All right. Beautiful daily. Just let it drop. Don't even touch your keyboard. Let it drop. Just let go. Look. Let it drop. Yeah. Vinny, this is why you need to do these ones. I don't want to get out of anything. And we almost got $1. Let's try to stick with it. $68.74. $68.74. $68.74. $68.36. All right, I'm going to start watching some of these numbers down here if we break 69. We're going to break 69. Do whatever you want to do after break 69, okay? You could take a little off after we run in more than $1. I just want to see how I act here. I might take half off. Let's just see. Let's see how hard it breaks 69. Then we can comfortably ride the rest of the trade down to a bigger target. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get at it. In fact, hold on. I'm going to look to get out of half of this once we break one more break in here. And then I'll ride the rest down. And I haven't changed a stop yet. What a beautiful trade. Okay. All right. Now it's 9:44. Okay. Let's look at the market. Wow, the market's holding there. It's holding at the exact number I said this morning. It looks like it's going to hold. Let's see if it goes over the high of the day in the SPY. Did we in the Qs? Not really. Okay. I mean, you know, I even gave this a big stop. I didn't want to get taken out of this, to be honest with you. And I didn't know if I'd get any other place to even take the trade. So, you know, that's the problem. So I had to give it. I mean, we really could have put it over 30 and the change, but just, let's try to stick it through here. $9, $42, $43, $44, $45. Let's see if we can find that number. 69.27. I don't think it was anything, but let's just see. Here it was. There it was. That's what it is. I can't possibly be something that's anything. So we're going to have to suffer here now. Well, I mean, we're up in the trade, but you know what I mean. So I haven't taken anything off because I don't really want to do any ads in this because I'm not going to get a better price than I have. So, and with the way this thing is with the stops, if you do an ad in this, it better be at the right place and you got to lower your stop, and we can't. We just can't. You know, even I don't even feel like confident that I could put it over 30 right now and it would hold. This hasn't really broken yet. We had a nice move. We're up, we're in it, but this hasn't gone full on throttle. It hasn't. Okay. This is not the end of this thing today, though. Be relaxed. You took the risk. All we need is this in one trade. We're not going to have to take any more. I did a good job. So, here we go. Under 62.52, under the new low, which is 27. Let me write that down. Under 69.27, and then we're going to have to get it under 68.74, and that's where I think we need to be then. So, you know, sometimes you get something, you see the target, you say, oh, this is going to be a beautiful trade. If you get a perfect thing to do ads and stuff and take more and lower your stop, you can do it. If you don't, let this run. Just let it drop. Just let it keep dropping. Then if you don't, you got what you got, and you got to try to hold it because, you know, once I'm out of this, then I'm probably out of it. Like, I'm not going to keep going after this. Like, I'm in it. This is it. This is it for me. If I take half off, all I got left is a half. Here, under 27. Under 27. Has to break that. There, it broke it. It broke it, it broke it, it broke it. Nice. Vinny, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. If you took it off there, do it. That's okay. Not taking the trade is not okay. So take it and take it off. That's fine. You could have been out in here. That's a good trade, and you could have taken it all off right in there. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry. You did a good job. All right, let's look at the 30. All right, this is not breaking yet. This is not breaking yet. I see what's holding this up. Yeah, there you go. The numbers work. So the bottom line is this isn't ready to go yet completely, okay? If you're concerned about waiting or suffering, you could get some out here. Or you could have been out down here where Vinny took some off in the 30s or 20s. This did not do a double bottom, but here's the problem. Do you see this? This is why this is struggling to go. But as far as I'm concerned, the gap's intact, and this is going to break, and I don't really want to take the trade off until it does. But this is why. This is it. Okay? They're trying, but they're not in control. It's interesting how it works sometimes. That was a beautiful call I made in the market. I don't know why I don't trade the market. It's got to hold here, though. But that's where we came in, right there. Sat on the butt. Here it is. Sat right on the butt. All right, so I'm in the full Lulu that I've been in. Stop for Lulu is 71.60. Let's just see. Can I lower the stop here now? I'm really just going to keep it. This isn't ready to break yet. Oops. So I haven't taken anything off. I could have taken off I wouldn't have taken off a half down there. I could have taken off, I don't really want to take off I don't really want to take off a third. I don't want to do an ad in this because I don't think I'm going to get it. I didn't take anything off. I could have gotten green something in there. I could have taken off like a 20% of my trade or something. It's too late now, though. It's in the 60s. I'm just going to stick with it here. I don't think there's a place that I can properly feel confident in lowering the stop. So I'm just leaving it. I'm just going to have to wait for it to break. It's pushing back up because the green bar over there to the left is holding it from going down full throttle. So I guess we're going to have to wait for that to break. And remember, these are areas. So the 25, 27, these are all areas. Okay. 951. So I'm starting to think if we don't break a new low here by 10 o'clock, this thing is not going to run huge on the day. Like it should get to 69 and break it and get to 68 something, but it's not going to have a big day if we can't get going here soon. Oh, let's just be patient. It's not going anywhere but down. But I want to see some selling. I don't want to get out here on a dink of a tail. I want to see a red. Then I'll start taking some profits. I don't want to take profits in a boop. But I could have gotten something out here just to get something green. I'm up in the trade, though. This is a nice trade. I got to make sure I don't get piggy here, though, because I'm starting to think we're not going to get to the bigger number today now in this. It's 952. This should have more red in it now, but I think 68 is realistic. I think 68 is the target in this today now that it's open and trading. So here we go. We're going to get a break again. I'll take something out of the next drop down in here. 953. And remember, there were people shorting this morning, so I think that's kind of what's going on that went on in here initially as well. Oh, come on, Lulu. Oh, I'm not taking anything off. I haven't taken anything out of the trade. It's just rallied 70 cents against me. I haven't changed my stop. I haven't taken any out of the trade. Well, if this doesn't work, it's because of that bar. Boy, that'll really stink. I think this is going to hold. I just think this looks really crappy now, though. 70.01. All right, let's see if this holds. This has to hold. Come on, Lulu. Very tricky. Really tricky. Really, really tricky. All right, so next break of the low of the day, I'm going to take half off the trade. And then I'll look and see if it makes sense to lower the stop. This is not going to go to 62 today. It's a nice gap. Follow through will probably be tomorrow. Okay, but this can't keep rallying here. We'll see. I'm going to stick with it, though. I haven't taken anything out. I wish now I would have gotten out of something in here. Does it matter? No, I'm still up in the trade, but I want to see this start breaking now around 10-ish. It held 70, though. That's a good sign. Held 70, 70.01. I want to see a break of the new low here, though, somewhere around 10, 10.15, which is going to be under 25 now. In fact, let me write that down. Under 69.29, under 69.25. It's really hard to believe that that bar is something there. Let me just get the exact numbers on that bar. $20. So it's not even going to be 25. Crap. And 68.43. 68.43. It's going to have to be under 20. It didn't even get to 20 yet. Okay. All right, so I'm still in Lulu. I haven't taken anything off, and I'm going to get out of something here soon because I'm up in it. Market is holding here on the number. Let's see if it wants to hold. Okay, I do think it is going to hold. I think it's going to turn around in here and look like it's doing a sell setup, but because I know the number, I think it may just do a buy setup. If we're strong, we're going to. If we break the low of the day, though, which was the number, then we're not going to hold. But it's starting to get late here, 10 o'clock. It looks like we're holding today as far as I'm concerned. Lulu, I'm going to get out of some of this here soon. I'm holding it, though. I'm in the whole thing. I haven't gotten anything out yet. This is crazy. This is Lulu. This is everything we talked about this morning. Right now, what we're in, this whole predicament, is the way that this stock trades. This is it. So, just think I was a little too comfortable there. All right. So, okay. Once it breaks a new low, I'm going to have to get out of something here. It's just, do I want to get out of a third or a half? I'm going to get out of a half. Any pushback up under the break, I'm going to take a half off the trade. And I'll ride the rest down. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 20 is the next number. 20 is the next number. Jeez. Whew. So glad it, there. Take it, take it, take it, take it as far as you can go. I'm going to get out of half of it soon, unless we can break 69. Just let it run. Let it run. This is the red I was looking for. This is why I didn't do anything. Gotta know what you're looking for. Gotta know what you do. Have the conviction. There. Look, look. Come on, you Lulu. 69.10. Thanks. Vinny said it was an amazing call. Thank you. All right. I can't be pickish here, though. It's going to break 69, though. I know that it's going to break 69. All right. My hands are the button. I'm taking half off soon here. Time of the day. Oh, time of the day. Time of the day, it's good to break. We can lower a stop, but I can't figure out where yet. Just hang with me here for a minute. No, I think this is going to break. Darn it. Yep, this is how this thing trades. I'm going to do my best to stick with it. I should have got out of something there. I was going to, I was prepared to, and I didn't. Maybe I'm just in this for the whole day. I don't know. Why didn't I want to take anything off? There must be a reason. So Lulu is holding weak and just broke a new low of the day with the market holding strong. Lulu, the market. SPY, Lulu. So I really got to get out of something in this soon here, though. It's late. It's 10 o'clock. I haven't booked anything. 48, 51, 49. It's just, you know, it's so much easier when you can get out of something in one full move and then do an ad with the rest. I didn't see this providing an ad today. You know what? I was right. If we had taken any more in this break on the 2 or the 1 and the 5, our price would be horrific. It would be nowhere near where we have it. If you've got a price right now with a 7 in front of the first number, you're singing and dancing. Otherwise, you'd be suffering. And you would have suffered all the way back up, you know, being negative. You know what I'm saying? Because it retested 70 to the penny. This is, you know, this is why these aggressive entries sometimes are the best thing to do. You do have to know how to do them. You absolutely do. But you can be so much more relaxed after you're in it and everything's situated. And you can't do it unless the gap's good. This was a great gap. It rated 21 points, and there was no reason it wasn't going to work. I said that the world was strange if this didn't work today. I did say that. I said we live in a bizarre world if this doesn't work today. I said that this morning at 8 o'clock. And it's working. It's just not falling hard. The market's rallying, and this just hasn't broken through yet. Those green bar people are trying to hold it up. I don't think they're going to win. They're not winning, but they're not giving up yet. Okay? They're not giving up yet. They're not giving it up. I'm trying to say in this to those people give it up, and I don't know if I'm going to make it through the whole position, but I got to get out of something here soon. There has to be a 69.2 something in front of the number if I'm going to take some off. I don't want to get out in the 40s. You know, so maybe I just need to take some here. Crap. Time of the day is 10:01. Come on, just break again, you. It's going to break again. All right, 70.30. Steve covered it all at 69.30 and looked to reshort or retest to 70. I hope for my sake that doesn't happen. Steve wants it to retest 70. He's trading against me now. All right, let's put a stop. I have a stop at 60. Let's put it at 50. Let's put the whole stop for everything at 70.50. Some of you are already out. 70.50 is my stop now, no 60. I saved 10 cents. And I'm looking to get out of half of this soon. No, I think it's going to break again. I think it's going to break here soon. I think it's going to break between 10 and 10.15. One more time down, thrashing through. On the 5 and the 15, it looks good. So I'm going to situate myself here. Try to be patient. I'm up. It's just, you know, I'm trying to maximize the risk to reward on this trade because I don't think I'm doing it a second trade. And I'm not doing any ads because it will make my price not what I want it to be. This is what I'm looking at here. This looks nice. Look. Go. It's going to do it. And here's the 5. It's going to break. All right, so nice day. This is it. I'm not doing another trade when I do get out of this whole thing. I will look for the other stuff. Did anybody do pay, Infi, any of the other ones? All those of you who could not short this today, you had continuation gaps that were fantastic, and we talked about them this morning. I gave her the whole list. TiVo, I bet, continued today. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Is anybody still in anything with this with me at all? Did everybody get out of it? Am I the only one left in this? I'm the only one left in this. Am I the only one still in this? I'm the only one that had conviction that this could actually get to 68 today, or even break 69. Gerard has 75% of it. Jim, good job. Good job, you guys. Here we go. New low in Lulu. Look at this bar. Look at this bar now. They're going to give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up, people. Here we go. Under 69, they're going to give it up. All right, I have the jiggy on the button. I'm getting out of half of this soon. I'm going to keep the rest. Let's see. I haven't done it yet, though. I think, no, break it. Crap. This has got to break it here soon. I can't suffer through one more bounce in this, though. 69.10, I'm going to take half off. If it boops at 69.10, I'm hitting it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to let it break in here. This is going to break, though. Darn it. No. 69.10, I'm out of half. I won't suffer through a rally in the 20s. And if this breaks, I'm still in the whole thing. It's going to break. Love Lulu. In fact, they're doing something in New York on the 21st in Times Square, a yoga thing. Yay! Okay. All right. Let's watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. Time of the day is 10:05. Time of the day is 10:05. Low in Lulu, 90, 88. Crap. I want to look at the market. Can't. No, I can't. I can't take my eye off this. Over 69, I'm out of half. Over 69, I'm out of half. Over 69, I'm out of half. I just have my finger on the button. If it keeps dropping, I'm staying in it. Just let it keep dropping. Let it keep dropping. Let it break 80. Break 80, break 70. What's the next number? 68.74. 68.74 is the next number. If it breaks 68.74, it's going to 68. 68.74, I have the whole trade. Ay, 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 ay. 74. Go, go, do it. This is it. Let's take the rest of the week off. If this can get to 62 still today, I'll be singing and dancing. I'm going to take half off here soon, though, but not yet. I haven't taken anything off. Okay. All right. If it gets to 68 and I'm in the whole trade, I am going to take the whole thing off. I am going to have to do that. 80. All right. Over 80, I'm out of half. Over 80, I'm out of half. Over 80, I'm out of half. If it keeps dropping, I'm keeping it. It's going to break 70. It's going to break 70. It's going to break 70 here. There it goes. I don't know. Maybe I should just get out of this whole thing here. No. There. I just got out of half. I just got out of half. I just got out of half of it. All right. Hold on. Let's figure out where I'm going to put the stop for the rest. All right. I'm out of half the trade. That was terrific. I'm not taking the whole thing off, though. All right. So thanks. Steve said, nice hold. Mel still has some. Good for you. All right. So now I got to figure out what I want to do with the rest of this. Jeez, what a nice day. Okay, so initially then I put it at 50, 45. Spread on this now is about 3 cents. 3 cents plus. Let me just think for a minute here. Oh, look at this thing. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I still have half of it. You know what? If it breaks 68, I'm going to take the rest off. I will look to get back in it if it's going to go. If there's a 6-7 in front of the number, I am going to have to get out of the whole trade. All right. I'm not doing anything with the stop right now. Just leave it. Let's just let this keep dropping. It's still at the second place that I put it, the 70.50. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I could have actually put a hard stop maybe here and kept the whole thing even still. Look at this. Look at this. It wasn't even green. The way this was moving, I thought it would bounce and flip fast over 80. It only went to 82. And I was out in this bar and I could have still be in it. Look at this. This is really, I mean, I could have put it over 69. Wow, I'm just happy that I didn't get out of the whole thing. Here it goes. Here it goes. All right. Yep, what a move. Jim says he anticipates a video coming. 6843. 6843 is the information that we do have to look at. I think it gets to 68, though. A 43. Look, do you see how these people had to give it up then? They had no choice. All right, let's see if it bounces off of 43. Do I really think, though, that this is going to have a monster bar today is the question. I guess this is really what I have to sit here and ask myself now. So the market is attempting to come in somewhat. I think we are going to hold this, though. What time of the day was this? 9:36, 9:35. I think this holds, okay? This is really choppy and sloppy. I think we come in here and do some kind of buy setup in here, but this is looking really range bound. We held off the spot. This does have to hold or we're going to be red today. I think this is very tricky. I think this is so tricky here in the market. I don't know what this is going to do. It held in the number and bounced right off there this morning. That I had. Now we're going to try to go back down and retest it. If we retest it, we're going to break it. We won't hold it if we retest it. If we don't get near there, then we don't. All right, now here's the bounce in this now. I'm go back and forth in my head if I want to actually put the stop over 70, but if it does, then it's just going to take me out there. It could. All right, so this is a nice trade, okay? I only got out of half, and the reason is because I think that there's potential. I don't know exactly 100%. There is a potential the stock could go and have a huger, bigger move today. If the market does want to retest the low of the day, it's going to break it, and then everything's going to go red. FYI, if you're in any long today, listen up. Those of you that are in longs, if the market breaks the low of the day here, it's going to run red today, and you have to exit all your longs. You're going to watch this soon. And everything's going to go red in the market. I guarantee you. All right. So be careful. I'm not saying we're not going to hold here. There's a good possibility we do hold. But I know that if we break the low of the day or even get anywhere near it, we're going to break it. And if we break it, everything will run red because it's not good. That's the only way I can explain it. So is that why I'm holding Lulu or why? No, I just like it. I just like the gap. So stop is still at 50. That's really too far away. Yeah, it's weak as hell, Jim's saying. That's why. I'm just going to leave it. Here, I guess the reason that I'm actually holding this is, number one, it's a good gap. Number two, it's still trying to be held up. I can't explain why. I don't know why, but it is. It's a mercy hold. They're like saying, please have mercy on us today and don't go down. But it's crazy because it's nowhere but down. But the reality is that I think when everybody in America gives it up on this thing, then it's going to run hard. Like it could run $1 in a minute. And I guess I don't want to miss it. So, you know, the thing is that I comfortably booked very nice profits on that first half. Like my day is in now no matter what I do here. I'd have to do something so ridiculous. The market would have to power trend up and take everybody out of this thing for me to not, you know, be happy today. So I'm just going to leave the stop where it is. I think that eventually everybody's going to give it up here. And I just don't know where it is. I thought it was a break of 69, but I guess that wasn't it. Maybe it's a break of 68. Here, new low. So what I want is big reddies, red bars in the 15-minute, red bars in the 5-minute, big red bars. That's why I guess I'm still in this thing for half. Big. This isn't big. This is not big. This is trading lower. It's nice. We're in it. Everything's fine. We're all happy. Everything's fabulous. But this isn't big. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's look at the other stuff while that's trading. Pay worked. Did anybody do pay? Was very thin here. Okay. Basically ran up and held, and as soon as it broke 17, look, traded down. This is a nice trade in here. It actually broke another area. It actually broke that 75 number. Look at that. Now, this isn't getting a lot of play in it today, but you know, $16 is the overall target on this. This is a nice short. You could have done it today. Infi worked too, but not quite as well. Too thin. Not going to get the catastrophic drop in this today. Too thin. I don't really really see anything that you could have done in here that made any sense. Actually, there's no trades in there. MLNX. Ooh. Ew. What is up with this? It doesn't even look like it's trading. Is it even moving? Is it open? Is this halted? Is this halted? Hold on. The last bar I have there is 3 minutes ago. Is MLNX halted? I'm looking at it now. I'm going to look it up. Hold on, let me look at the Lulu. Beautiful. No, it's just a tick went off. This looks like it was halted to me, though. This isn't, don't do this. Something's wrong here. This is acting weird. This is a 10-13 bar, and now the next bar is 2 minutes away, and it prints. This doesn't even look like it's moving. This didn't act right. I don't know here. I don't know what's going on with this. This is a problem. What about TiVo? Look, you could have done TiVo. Did anyone do TiVo? There's TiVo. You could have done it. Snail. How would you have known it was okay? Once again, broke the low of yesterday, thrashed, big crash down on through. Wait to set it up. You could take TiVo right here. TiVo's a play right here. Stop over 1090. This is not going to get over the high of the day today in TiVo. You could do look at the market and look at TiVo. You could do TiVo right here and put the stop at 1095. 10-cent stop on TiVo. I don't know if it gets to $10 today, but maybe with the market. If not, 10.50. There's a TiVo. Just do it right there. You can do TiVo. Okay. All right. So the market is going to try to do this retest, and we're going to see what happens with Lulu. $55, $56, $50. Time of the day is 10:17. 1, 2, 3. Rally back up. Now we're going to have to wait. All right. The market must hold here if it's going to hold. And I don't know what it's going to do. I really don't. All I can tell you is that it has to hold the low of the day not to go red today, because that was a number and it bounced off of it. And I also can say that we have to hold here. We have to do a 5-minute buy setup right here, carry through and lift off and go over the high of the day. And then we'll just wiggle and jiggle the rest of the day probably, because it's going to be a narrow range day no matter what, unless we trade down and break the low. Was there anything else we were watching? Coco. Coco never even set up. Coco did a double bottom immediately and flipped. There was Coco. There was no trading Coco at all. What about the rest of them? LDK didn't work. SMA. This actually worked, but was too thin to trade. That's unfortunate. TXN. TXN worked. TXN worked. Was on guidance. TXN was a short here. Or was a short right in here. In fact, you could have done TXN out of the gate. Did anybody do TXN? TXN could have been done. This was on a secondary watch list, but that's set up. Okay. All right, so let's watch the market here in Lulu. Does anybody have anything else you want me to look at? GLD. Let's look. Now, see, look at this thing. I'm so glad we're not doing this until it actually breaks. I'm so glad I made that decision yesterday. That was a good decision, and I'm sticking with it. Look how choppy this is again today in here. Ay, ay, ay. All right, Lulu isn't doing anything wrong. It's just let it be. Is anybody stealing anything else with this? Jim? Gerard? Or did you take it all out? It was a nice move. I can't blame you if you got out of the whole thing. Gerard is 50% of Lulu. Big. You want me to look at? You know, when It's 122,000 shares. This followed through, but how would you day trade it? I mean, it's the same thing as whatchamacallit. This. It's just it's not getting enough play in it today. I like the pay better to do today. TXN and TiVo. Which, by the way, is going to hold, even though it doesn't look like much here. This is just a snail. This isn't going to go green today. Look at that. The market's going to try to hold. I just don't know if it's going to do it yet. So I still have half of Lulu. I'm going to keep what I got here now. Let's let this ride back up, and then maybe I'll look at actually getting lowering the stop. That's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to let this ride up here and pivot. And I don't think it should go over 70. Well, let's just see. $55.50. So what am I looking here for this to continue between now and lunchtime? I think between now and lunchtime it has to continue. Between now and lunch it has to break a new low. And I had the number on Lulu, which was a specific 60. I'm looking here, 68.74, 68.43, 68.36. I got down to 50. Let me look. So this is what it did. I mean, basically there's so much congestion in here with this. We talked about this morning. The gap is good. That's why we did it, and it worked. And it's working now too. But this is why this is having all these places. Okay, this is why this is a situation. And that's why we haven't seen the ultimate screaming memes, the panic. This is still not panic. Not for a stock like this. For a stock like this, if it was panicking, the bar would look like this. It would already look like this. 1020, the bar would look like this, or about 75% of this, if people were panicking. And I don't know why people aren't panicking, and I don't care. Okay, I'm shorting it, but I honestly think that this has potential to keep breaking today. I don't think it's going to get to the bigger number though if this doesn't start to get going here soon. And I've been saying that all morning, but it keeps trading down, and I keep making more, but it pushes back up, and it pushes back up, and it pushes back up. You know, I think 68 is the number today. I think it's going to have a hard time breaking 68. And this has to continue here soon, like in the next half an hour. It's got to make a pivot. But do you see this 20 is so far away here in the 5? This is 20 is very far away, and so it's going to go boop. And while this does this is going to squish down on top of it, and you know, if you're not in this in the 70s, once again, you're panicking. Because if you did a trade here in a 5-minute, your price is $69.40. You were up $1 almost, and now you're not. You see? So I'm glad I booked what I booked in this down there, though. But I'm still not going to do an ad. Even if this resituates itself. You know what? I would do an ad if it retested 70 and held. That's the only way I'd do it. But I don't really want it to do that. I got to be honest with you. Okay. All right. So let's play out through this Lulu. There was something else I was going to, or something else that I was going to go over today. And I don't remember what it was. Oh, there was a question David had, and he's not in here. He emailed me last night, and he's not here now. So we'll have to go over it another time. He had a question about something on the trade with Infi that he didn't understand where I did the entry. And I was going to go over today, and it looks like he's not here. He might be sick. Look at this thing rally now. All right, that's it. That's it for the market. I called the market really well today, and gosh, it was tough. That's it. That's the low of the day in the market we're holding. Boom, end of story. There it is. This is too strong now. We're not going down. The reason that this looks like this too is because, you know, I highly doubt people saw that number that I saw this morning, number one. Number two, the market had a bearish appearance this morning. I even said that, okay? All right, so if you are so on your bias that you can't get off of it, you will assume that it's going to go down and not look at the particulars because it was bearish but messy. So, and then I found the number and I said, I think we're going to hold because we're still in an uptrend. So now this is going to start to get really green if we go over the high of the day again here, because I bet people shorted this. In fact, I'm sure that people did. People shorted the 5-minute sell setup there, and their stop is over the number. They did not know what this was. They shorted this here, and their stop is here. And over 73, which is a whole number, and over the pivot here, this market's going to go green. Greener than it is now. And, you know, here's where we're looking at going today then. Over 73, we're up here to 73.40. Okay. All right, Lulu is not doing anything wrong. And if you can't wait for somebody to go to a bigger target with something, anything, any amount of your position, a half, a third, 20%, anything, then you got to get out of the whole trade because you will panic and you will be upset with yourself. So if you can't suffer through a rally to get more, take it off. There's nothing wrong with that. Get out of the whole thing then. $1 plus drop, it's a great trade. It's a good morning to make that kind of money. You know, we got the best shot we could in it. I could have even made it tighter, but I didn't want to get taken out in a tail. And to be honest, the entry I made was aggressive. I'm so happy, though, that that was the first one stuck. Set up really good, actually. Well, let's just see here. I don't think this should retest 70. I'm not going to like it as much then if it does. I don't think it's going to. Mel's all out of Lulu. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I think it's good practice for some of you to try to hold something. But if you can't, then you got to get out of it. All right, you're up. What do you want? Okay. Good morning. I'm sorry those of you that couldn't short it. I like this since 8 a.m. That's why sometimes I'd say everything I like really early, and then usually if you request it early enough, you can get it from your broker. But if you don't have the request in like by a certain time, sometimes you can't get it. And I'm sure a lot of people did want this today, and maybe that's why it was gone by a certain time if you didn't request it early. And this is one of these ones though that I'm surprised it should have been able to be gotten by everybody. Here. A break of 69 again is solid. There it goes. Look at that. Nice. Look at this. Look at this. So this is good. It's still got more in it. Here we go. Every short that shorted that 5-minute sell setup is going to get blown out of here. Blown. Run it. They're going to run it all now. Look at this. Really tough. But clearly we're strong and just seriously tricky. So if you're still in longs, play them out. You may get a new high here in the market and a ride up through. And we do have to break it, though. We didn't do it yet. We're going to. Lulu, I'm still in and haven't lowered the stop yet. And if this holds while the market does what it's doing, it's giving me conviction that this is going to get to 68. Don't really want to trade all day today, though. Let's see. The only other thing I can think to do, I was going to say this, but this is too far gone. I was going to see if I could call a trade in this. I don't see an entry here, though. It's a problem. Oh, I don't see an entry in this. So if you didn't do Lulu today and you need a short, this is not bad. However, I think this needs to rally all the way back up. I think this is shortable all day. Let it rally back up. Let the 20 squish down on top of it. You can short this later. This still has room in it. This will stay red today. This is a decent short, and any rally can be shorted in TXN. It's had a big move, so it does need to rally. Lulu's holding, and some people are still in it with me. Okay. All right. So, you know, remember, it's the second week of June. Second week of June, non-earnings season. I don't know how many things we're going to get this week or not. Okay, we could get a couple more. We could get one more. We could get no more goodies. Goodies meaning goodies like this. So here. So that's one of the reasons I think I'm trying to hold this. Now that I think about it, I think that's the reason. I'm trying to really milk this puppy for all it's worth. And because I couldn't do it with ads, I'm deciding to hold it more. And I'm not lowering the stop yet. It's got to break a new low. Once it breaks a new low, we're going to lower the stop. And then we'll be in the green no matter what. 69.54. Plus. Okay. All right. So once Lulu breaks a new low under 69.50, then I'm going to lower the stop. I can't until it does it, though, unfortunately. What's the spread in this now? It's still moving a lot, though. I'm going to put it at 65 after it breaks. And it didn't do it yet. And I don't know if it's going to do it right in here either, because that's a crappy pivot. But it would be over this guy. It's got to break a new low for me to lower it. All right, let's look at the stuff for tonight. One that's out tonight I'm actually excited about is Ulta. Steve is saying Steve loves his EMAs. I use the simple moving averages. He loves the exponential. Hey, whatever helps you trade. He's saying it rallied up and touched the 200. You mean on which chart? Which chart are you talking about? Is it on the daily? Yeah, you know what? I don't care about many traders. That's the thing. Steve is saying, you know what? Many traders use the exponential. Use it if it helps you. I don't care about that. You know what? I use the numbers. And guess what? I had 70, 72 written down. So I had the number even without that moving average. Remember, all a moving average is an average of the numbers, okay? Since I've always used simple ones, I continue to use them, and my trading's improved over time, so I'm going to keep using them. If you like the exponentials, use them. But either way, whether it's the simple or the exponential, I wouldn't live and die by them. Remember, that's not anything other than something you're going to use for assistance. It's an assist. It's not a reason to do it. In other words, the reason to do this thing today was not because it rallied up and hit the 200 and came in. That's not the reason to do the trade. The reason to do the trade is the gap. If that helps you decide that it's okay to short it at that place, good. That's helping you then. But I just prefer to find the numbers. You know, I just prefer to find the exact numbers. Because sometimes moving averages are in areas, remember that, not exact numbers. And it was an area. It was an area. But the reason that the gap worked was because it was a good gap and it was weak. I thought it would go to 62 today and run crazy. I don't think it's going to do that. All right. I do think this has more room in it. I think 68 is realistic. I think this has to break down again. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, the break of the low should break 68. But we do have to break that. Yeah, Steve is saying the gap rating plus the 200 is a good combo. Yeah, then use it. Do it. Good job. Maybe that'll help you take the aggressive trades, which I know that you're not crazy about in here. But if that helps you see that you're okay with this, then it's helping you. Do you see? If that helps you see that this is actually not aggressive, That's a good thing. Okay. You know what? This actually, if this goes lower, it's going to get past 68 because actually a break of the low would only be 50 cents here now that I'm looking at it. So $67 I think we get to today. I think this gets to 67 bucks. 67.44 and $67. I think this gets to 67 bucks today. This isn't doing anything wrong at all. And look at the market. There's all the shorts getting blown on through. Look at that. Look at that. That's why every sell setup does not work. Why didn't the sell setup there work on the Qs? Tell me why, okay? Why didn't the sell setup work on the Qs in the 5-minute chart? Why didn't it work? Why? Anybody? Somebody? Does anybody know? Anybody want to guess? Nobody wants to guess? It didn't work because we came in and bounced immediately off of a number of support in a bullish market. And every time we're at an area of support in a bullish market, people are going to buy. The trend is going to continue until it's not going to continue anymore. And despite the fact that the market looked bearish this morning, it could have held the number. That's what I said. To me, the bearish look that I saw that didn't play out, which just didn't, it's not going to now, is that we would retest the low we already made. That would not be strong, like showing a position of strength. And therefore, I felt that that would be problematic. We didn't do that, though. All right, we're holding. So because we held in that number, this was never going to work unless we broke. Yeah. Look at this. Very sloppy. Lulu to $67. Forget 62. I think 67 bucks. So good job. Good job, those of you that did it. And it's just one of these things. Try to request these things early if you don't have them, All right, let's look at the list for tonight. There's one thing tonight that I like. It's Alta. I want to look at that right now. This is just let that run. Mel got back in. Mel got back in. Good for you, Mel. Where did you get back in? Hold on. Let me look at Alta first. Right in the room where you got back in. Steve, did you get back in? So Ulta is a top watch for tomorrow. No matter what this does. So we'll see. I think this is out tonight. Steve didn't get back in yet. I didn't lower the stop yet. It's just... Boy, I'm really made a good decision today not to take any ads in this. There wasn't any clean place. There's no clean place to get back in here. If there was a clean place to take a new trade, you could do an ad. There was no clean. Here was the ad. The ad was a retest to 70 that happened in the trade that I was in. That was it. Let's go back and look at it. Al, let's go back and look at it right now. Let's go back and look at it. That was it. And I didn't want to do it because at that time I hadn't taken any off. If I had taken something off, that's what I could have done. Darn it. Well, it's too late now. If I had done that, I would have been out of some and then have more now. But it doesn't matter. This was it. Look at that. Look at that. That was it. But if you don't know what that is, you can't do it. If you're looking for a normal setup, it's not going to do it. And I kind of felt like I wasn't going to do it. Be careful, Mel. If you ever stop over here, I don't think this is going to necessarily have 100% odds of holding. And just because it gets over this doesn't mean it's not going to work. I think this is very, very, very far away. If you're in this, I think you got to have a stop over 70. That I feel better about. That is solid. And in fact, there's no reason for me to lower my stop now over 70. I'm going to put my stop at 70, 10. Hold on. All right. 70.10 is a stop for me for the rest of this. It's too late now. All right. So, all right. Let's look at the stuff for tonight. Alta. Let me see what else. One other one, but we only need one. No, too thin. All right, so Alta's on the list for tonight. And let's look at tomorrow morning. Okay. 1, geez. AGYS. Too thin. I got one thing to look at. I mean, there will be other stuff to do tomorrow that we don't know about, but this is the only one on the radar, so I'll just put it in the room. It's the one. Okay, hold on. There it is. You know, so basically, I think this is good experience for people that typically will not be aggressive, number one, in the morning, and also who don't understand this type of gap setup. I think this is a good one today, no matter what this does. This worked today, all right? Whether it goes to 68, 69, 60, 67, 62, whatever the low of the day is on this. Actually, why did I say 69? It's pretty working 69. Whatever the low of the day ends up being on this thing has worked, okay? The gap worked. So I think it's good to go over this and see what I saw so that you can have conviction in doing it the next time we get it. You know, an earnings season coming up in July. You know, there's going to be many of these. And not all of them appear to be something that you think they're going to be. When I saw this morning, I said it was perfect. And gosh, you know, I was right. Why? The first setup was it. And many times in gaps that are perfect, that is exactly the case. You only need to take them once. You need to know what it is to look for and to get the trade. You need to know the setup and you have to know the entry and you have to know the trigger. But if you know it and it does it when they're perfect, the first one works and sticks and holds. Here, this is going to break a new low. Fantastic. $67. Let's look at the market. Yep, beautiful. Really nice. SPY's going to have some trouble getting over that area here soon. SPY's going to have some trouble. The Qs are acting stronger today than the SPY, but the SPY has farther to rally up in here. The Qs only have 40 cents to rally to run into an area, and the SPY has like $1 to rally into another area and, or more, you know, so we are holding, though. There's no question about it. And Lulu's going to break again. Okay. So when you go back and you look over your trades and say, what should I do? Should I hold? Should I not hold? What should I do? I think the practice involves taking a little bit baby stepping it all the way so that you can always get something if it runs really big. Like if this would go to $62 today and you didn't have anything left, would you be upset? Even if you held 100 shares, you'd get another $5 out of it. Do you see? So I think the baby steps it. Baby step it to try to get more. That will help you see that it actually is good. And the only reason you take the whole thing off is because you're up a lot and your day is in, and then you're like, gosh, I gotta get it. And I know I like to do that, but I'm risking a little bit more, I think. And so then I'm like so happy when I take off half, and I'm like, you know what, I can be more comfortable. And I'm getting better at this. I'm really getting better at this. It's tough. It's tough for me. I'm not gonna say that it's not. It is tough to hold when you're up a lot, and the thought of not even having that then. Yeah, but there's no other way. Things don't go and drop down in a straight line. You've got to come with some kind of situation within yourself that you actually see what's going to happen before it happens so that you can be okay with it. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it. It's the comfort level. It's a balance between maximizing the trade and not being a pig. It's a balance. It really, really is. But I think it all comes down to the gap. If the gap is good, they're going to run. Coco, what do you want to do with this? Don't short this bar at 1044. That's green on the day and held on the 200 period moving average. Didn't break $2. Held right on this person that's 2 weeks away from it. Don't short this. Don't. I know what you're looking at. Please don't do it. It's not going to work right. Market's rallying. Market's strong. This thing rallied. 2 green bars in the 15-minute. Held in the support area. This should have worked today. I liked it. It didn't. There's nothing to do. If this comes in, it's going to come in 5 cents, 6 pennies. It's going to come into 240 and hold. I would find something else. TXN. This is rallying. This is rallying. Let this rally back and hold 36 bucks. This is a short here. Right here, you can short this puppy. It will set up. It's a big rally, but it should hold. Or do pay. Or do, no, Infy's too thin. Oh, T-Bow went over the high. Yeah, with the market. I don't have any other good shorts to give you. I don't really have any other good shorts to give you here. I don't know what to say. Look at this. Under 50 is a new low for Lulu. I think it goes right to 68. Here. New low and Lulu. New low and Lulu. Do. Gosh, what was I going to say? There was something I was going to talk about today and I forget. Don't do that, Coco, Steve. Find something else. Give me another idea for you to look at. I don't like it. TXN. TXN, let it rally all the way back to 36 bucks. Short it. Market's going to try to come in a little bit here, but I think it's going to just turn around and do a 5-minute buy setup again. But this market is going to come in for a little teeny weeny bit. And then when it does, that's going to help the Lulu break on down again. Here it goes. Here it goes. It's getting ready to do it. What was I going to say? I was going to say something I don't remember. I don't know. Oh, I know. I know what I was going to say. Here's the break. Here it. Look at that. I think it breaks 68. I think, let's just see if this is it. There's something here that's going to make this crash, and I don't know what the number is. I thought it was 69. I thought it was this. I thought it was that. I don't know what the number is. I don't know what the number is. This is going to just collapse in the face of the planet. I don't know what it is, but that's why I'm still in the trade. You know, I know there's different areas, and they're all along the way, but every time we're crushing another, crushing, eventually, it's over. It's over. Okay, dream target today is 66. It could get there. No, if it breaks this, it's going to go past that. I don't know. I have no target here. This could run all day. I'm glad I'm still in it. I don't know where I'm getting out. So it's just, every time it breaks another area, more people are going to sell. Every time it's another area, more people are going to sell. And it breaks and more people sell, and it breaks, more people sell, and then it just runs red all day. I keep waiting for some big bar. I don't know where it's going to happen. Maybe into the 12 o'clock period. And then maybe I'll just have to get out. Okay, market's going to come in here, and market is going to come in here, and it's going to, people are going to think it's going to actually trigger in a 15-minute sell setup. This is going to trigger in a 15-minute sell setup, but it's going to flip. Okay, that's my read on this. That is my read on this, okay? That this is going to trigger and fail, and it's very tricky. I don't know what else to say. This is hard. Who's in this with me? Literally, Jim, how much of this did you keep? Did you keep at least half? Yep. Nice. You kept a third. All right. Rubber band to the floor. Rubber band to the planet. Look. All right. So, you know, so 67, 66, 60, 66. I mean, 66 is 100% doable. Let's just see how it breaks 68. Let's see if A, it breaks 68, and B, how. It's going to do it here, though. This shouldn't back up anymore. No backing up. No nothing. Period. End of story. No more bounces. Nothing. Nothing. This should just give it all up. Whether it does it immediately or it slowly bleeds. There's nothing holding this back now. Here it goes. Here it goes. It's going to break 68 before 11 o'clock. Okay. So this is it. This is it. This is a big trade for the week, and I wish that everybody would have gotten it. You know, I think that, be careful if you didn't do this today. Don't all of a sudden be upset because it's nobody's fault. This is just trading. If you couldn't get it today, you know, then we'll look for something good tomorrow and every day that we do it, you know, but don't go crazy tomorrow if you didn't get this today because you were late and you didn't request it or whatever the case may be. Michael, you just signed in. You must have overslept. You missed Lulu. Michael just signed in. Did you trade on your own or you overslept? Oh, I know what I was going to say. So I'll remind me to look at this. If this sets up, I'll call a trade in this TXN for you, Steve. Hold on. Where is it? No, not yet. Too soon. Too soon here. I don't think this holds. Too soon. Too soon to reshort this here. Oh, market isn't even triggering on a 15-minute sell setup. Look, utter strength. I thought we'd actually trigger in here. Wow, Lulu was doing this. Look at Lulu and look at this. I thought we would come in and flip here, and we're actually going to blow right over it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That number was real in the market this morning, that low that we held. Lulu is doing without the market. Look at that. Yep, it's good. Here it is. It's going to break. Go. Under 68. Under 68. $67. So what I was going to say was somebody said something in the thing I did last night. Oh, they were asking me about percentages. Here. It's going to break. They were asking me about percentages. They said, what's the percentage of trades that I do that work? I said, I have no idea. I really don't. I just don't track stuff like that. I know that I'm making money. But the bottom line is that I didn't think of it till after the class that if you have something that pays you XYZ, a risk to reward that's high, it covers your losses when things don't work, and plus you can pay yourself. I think that is the real thing that's good about what I do, because one or two really nice, solid, beautiful moves like this a week, and even if some things don't work, you still can be up. Obviously, you can't go crazy and lose like 3-4 trades a day, but I'm not taking 3-4 symbols a day. Here, it's going to break. Under 68, it's going to do it. Yay. Where's the next number? I didn't think of it till afterwards. If you have a system that works even half the time, if the risk to reward is good on every single trade that works, you will make money. And I think my thing works more than half the time. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know the exact numbers, but in fact, I know it's more than half the time. But the point is, it's a risk to reward that makes this good. Under 05. Here it goes. I don't have any more numbers. It's broken every number that I had in the sheet. $67. Was doing it without the market too. All right, now here's what I thought. All right, so I guess we're going to do this here. We're going to do a 15-minute sell setup, but I don't think it falls through. 15-minute sell setup in the market, and the market comes in. It's going to help Lulu break 68. Where are you getting out of this, Jim, Gerard? What are you doing? All day holding this? 68, 60, 67, 66. What are you doing? I'm still waiting for the panic. I'm starting to see it now. But I want to see more. I think this is a reason I'm still trying to stick with this thing. I want to see real big red bars in the 15-minute chart. Here. There it goes. Let's see if 68 is a number that makes it run. Man, is this a nice trade. I tell you, you got to have guts to do this stuff. Gerard is going to sit in it all day. He said he's wearing his big boy yoga pants. That's hilarious, Gerard. All right, it just broke 68 by 4 pennies and bounced back. Look, it just broke 68 and went right underneath it and pushed back. So people are going to get out there at 68. People did. Okay, I did do the right thing by putting my stop up here, but that's way too far away now, though. Crap. This is even too far away. Darn it. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get it under 68 again. What I'm thinking I'm going to do on this is if I can get one more push down here under 68, I'm going to take half of the half that I have left, okay? And then ride the rest because I just can't keep the stop $2 away now. That would be silly. In fact, I'm just wondering if I should take off half of it here. Well, let's see if it wants to continue. Shoot. 29, 34. All right, I still got it. I still got the rest. And I still have the stop over 70. All right, I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with the game plan here that I had and hold it. I really could have gotten out of something more down in there. I was anticipating it breaking. It broke, and I thought that was going to be the number. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. That wasn't the number. That wasn't the number to make it panic. And if that's the low of the day, then I just missed it. So we'll have to see. I'm still waiting for panic selling in this, and I don't see it. I see beautiful selling, nice concentrated selling action, nice, beautiful concentrated action, but I don't see hysteria. And I guess that's what I thought I might see in this today to get it to 62 bucks. And I'm trying to stick with the trade to see if wait for the hysteria. It is 11 o'clock, and it's getting late here, and I have my stop $2 away now. This is, you know, it's far. Let's try to let it pivot one more time here. Look at that. Broke the whole number and went under it by 4 cents. And just people got out. That's what happened. People got right out. People have their orders in. People have their orders in to fill them to get the rebate in trades. I don't trade like that, but that's what people do. So they have the order out to fill them at 68, and then it fills them. And then this is where it happens. Okay, so this isn't buying, this is short covering, and then you have the orders out to sit and fill in there, and then they get paid the rebate. I don't trade like that. I like to run things through, but that is how people do it, and that's why sometimes these things happen at numbers fast, particularly a whole number. Look at this. I still don't see the panic. I don't know if we're gonna get it today. It's a beautiful trade though. All right, so I don't know what this market's going to do next. I thought it would fail on a 15-minute sell setup. It's so strong, it's not doing it. Did trigger in a 5-minute sell setup, but nobody would have really probably done that thinking it wasn't going to hold because the first one didn't. I thought a 15-minute might, you know, entice people to short in here, but I guess we're not even going to set it up that way. We're just going to go higher. We went over the area. We're over the 200 now on the 15. So the market's rallying. It's going to rally up to another spot. It's probably going to rally for another good, solid hour till 12 o'clock noon. Okay? And I haven't lowered the stop again on Lulu, and I need to do this soon. TXN. TXN, I was thinking could set up again here. Let's look at this. I thought it needed to rally up to 36. That's too far away now. Forget that number. I honestly think this needs to hold in here. You can't do this yet. But if this does a sandwich, you can do it here. You can do a sandwich here and put the stop at 80. It's not triggered yet. It hasn't done anything, but if it sets up here in the 5, you can do it. Target on this would be 36.52. It's the low of the day. Target's the low of the day. Actually, this doesn't have a big target. Shoot. 35.21 or 35 would be the next targets after the low of the day, but actually this came into an area. That might have been it. Now that I see that there. Look at this now. Okay. All right. So I got distracted talking. I got to pay attention when I'm trading. I was going off on some tangent, and I should have taken something off in here. Is it the end of the world? No. I have a great price in this, and I'm up a lot. but I got to figure out a way to get something else out in here. So once this breaks down again here through 68, I'm going to be out of half of the half I have left. And then I'll ride the rest down. I don't feel comfortable putting the stop anywhere but up here. I don't even think this is going to hold right. I think 70 is the number. Over 70, the trade's done. And I can't give all that back, so that would not make any sense. Look, here, this. And for those of you that did the late trade, Mel, like, you should have been out of this because you had a late price. You know, if you did the late trade on this, you got a nice drop. You can hold to the bigger number. You've got to take it out here because it's going to push back up through your price. The only way you can hold to the bigger number is if you had a trade that was an immediate trade. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. So do whatever you want with this. Gerard is sitting all day. Mel, I think, should be out of it because you did a second trade in it late. Steve never got it. Maybe Steve will get another entry in here for the second one. Steve got the first and took it all out. I still have half of the original trade. Great price. But this was, I was starting to get excited here and I was talking it off on a tangent and I should have been paying attention. So I want to get out of something else soon here. Just don't know where. Oh, you're out of most of it, Mel. Okay, that's good. That was a good decision. Okay, let's see if this breaks again in here. All right, come on, Lulu. Give me another chance to get out some more here. Yeah, TXN, you know, it's not doing a sandwich. It just did a topping tail. Red bar trigger, topping tail, didn't rally up to 36. Doesn't have a big target. If you want to short this here and put the stop at 70, target's low of the day, though. I mean, you're doing this as a 1R trade here. 2R trade if it breaks a new low. I think the next number would be 25-ish. This is weak. This looks like it's going to hold here. I'm just not sure if it breaks a new low today. Okay. Time of the day is 11:02. All right, so this is what has to happen now. You got to make a decision what you're going to do because the thing is, if Lulu doesn't pivot again in here soon, this is going to be an all-day hold to get to a bigger number, and I don't want to hold the rest of what I have for that. So I'm going to have to get out of something here a little bit more soon, and then the rest I can hold. That makes sense, but I can't do this and stay in the whole trade all day with my stop $2 away, and there isn't any other place to put it. This is where it has to be. This isn't good enough. So I wanted to get out somewhere in here. I should have. I think what I'm going to do is, if this boops over 50 again, I'm going to get out of something else here. Hold on. Just figure out how much. All right. All right, maybe it won't. I won't have to do that. All right, let's see. In fact, I could just put a hard stop with half of the half I have left over 52. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put half my stop at 55 for the remainder and half over the original new number that I put, which was 70.10. The stop has to be over 70, you know, if you want to stay in the trade. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do quickly here. All right. And if it takes me out at 55, it takes me out for the half. But I'll still have half of the half. And if I'm in this still, I'm in it. I mean, you know what? I might just put the rest of the thing over 55 for everything then. And whatever it turns out to be, it turns out to be. All right. Okay. All right. It's dropping. All right. All right. So TXN didn't trigger yet. Looks like it wants to. You can take this under here. Stop's going to be 80. Here you can do it. Stop over here. You're looking for only the low of the day, possibly 35.25, possibly 35. Market is stuck. Lulu's holding on. Half my stop is at 55. The rest is over 70. Nothing I can do here but wait it out now for a break. Looked like it was going to break. Hasn't done it yet, but this is still weak. Any questions on Lulu at all? Does anyone have any questions on Lulu? And then I'm going to take a quick break and be right back. I didn't call any other trades today but this. There wasn't anything else to really look at. The MLNX, you know, ended up trading too thin. This, if you traded this, there's nothing to do here. I don't know what's going on with this today. I don't see what I wanted to see in it. It's lower overall. It doesn't look like people are day trading this. It doesn't look like it's getting play in it. I don't know why. Pay was good, but this is going to go to $16 today. Infi traded weird. Big was too thin and actually flipped. I hope nobody did that. TiVo, I liked. TiVo flipped, went over the high of the day. It's still weak though, and just looks, look, went up to 1101. Look at that. Yeah, don't do this. What were the other ones? DMND held on the gap. Market helped that. Did PBY report? No. PBY doesn't even look like it went anywhere. What was the other one we were watching? Let's look here in briefing, see if there's anything else. Does anybody have anything else you want me to look at? Any questions on Lulu? And I didn't call a second trade in Lulu, really. You know, it just kind of opened and went. Let me see if there's anything else to do. PNR. LM. No, this doesn't really do anything. AECT. Just looking at some things that came up. All right. Okay. All right. So I don't see anything else now here. I'm just looking at the stuff that's reported recently here during the day. Oh, here's another one. HXN. Oh, what this is. Just looking for things that have some volatility. I don't know what just happened here. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. It's showing TiVo, but yeah. I think this is too sloppy. I think it should have held in here. TiVo just came up again, but this should have held in here today. This looks messy. I wouldn't go back in TiVo. GE, hold on, let's look at that. Oops. Oh, DG I wanted to look at. Oh, this isn't doing anything. DG, BBT. Ew, no. BBT. No, that's it. All right. I just scanned and was looking for stuff. And this looks like a gap down and flipped. All right. So it's getting time here to put the whole stop down on Lulu over 55. Once it breaks again, that's what I'm going to do. Then whatever it is, it is. Whatever it is, it is. My next target for Lulu is $67. Right now I have to stop over here for half and the rest all the way back up here because that's really where it has to be, unfortunately. But if this breaks a new low, it's all going to go over 55. And then I'm just going to probably just be looking to get out of it, to be honest. If I can get out of it with a 6-7 in front of the number, that's a good trade. You know, I don't know. I do think it's going to drop. It's just the stop has to be over 70 to stay in it for a long-term hold. I have a feeling, here, this is my take on Lulu. Anybody that's in it or watching it, whatever. If Lulu wants to break down here right now between now and 12 o'clock before I close out the room and break a new low and run down and be done around 67-ish or 67.50, whatever it feels like going to, that could be the trade for the day. But if Lulu bats around in here, breaks again and comes back up, breaks again and comes back up, and just kind of keeps doing that, then, you know, it's not going to go until 1 o'clock. It's not going to go until 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. I think the only way this goes to a bigger number is if it is this afternoon. So that's the thing. I think the bigger number in this means you got to hold it all day. It's an all-day hold. It's exactly an all-day hold. Exactly what I said this morning, whatever day at time I said it. That's why Gerard says I can sit on it all day. This is an all-day hold to get to the bigger target. There's no other way. There's no other way. I can hold a portion of it to that area. Because I do have other stuff today. I have to work on stuff for the class. I have calls to make. I have things to do. I'm going to be in the house. But I just, you know, if this does get to 67 between now and noon, I'm probably going to get out of the whole trade. That would just be too good to not do it. So, but if this does not get to 67 between now and 12 o'clock, it's an all-day hold, and it could get to a bigger target. These things, when they tend to break late, okay, like just like Pay, just like Infi when it broke late, then again the second time into itself, they go a lot then. They go a lot then. Okay, they go big then. Because by that time, everybody is scanning, all the traders, people that didn't do it this morning, they weren't exactly sure. They don't know how to read gaps. Now they see it. They come back from lunch and they're looking for stuff to do. They're looking for stuff that's weak. They're looking for stuff that's strong. They're looking for things that comes up, and people do it then. And they get in it. New people get in it. And then people that find out about it, crap, this thing, you know, is red today. They sell out. All kinds of new participants come in the afternoon, which is why these things in the afternoon then tend to have bigger moves down. You know, that does happen. You know, that's part of it. Okay? So you got to just play it out. You know. But if it breaks right here and goes to 67, I'm probably going to be taking it all off. I have this tight. At 55, I'm out of half what I got. It's... All right. All right, let me take a quick break and I'll be right back. And then we'll talk about whatever you want. Go through the watch list. Get ready for tomorrow. I really like Alta. I really like Alta. Alta's a good one. Good one for tomorrow. Geez, you know, we can get Lulu today, Alta tomorrow. That's it. That's our week. We don't even need anything else because Alta will run too. Alta has the potential to have huge moves in it as well. And this thing's holding where I put the stop. Can you believe that? So weak. And I keep thinking the market's going to fake out on a 15-minute sell setup, and it's not doing it. Look how strong the market is. Look. Total strength is really holding it up today. Go ahead, Bella. Answer your question quick before I take a little break, and then I'll be right back. What were we going to say? When I say 67 before noon, you mean 67 and change, right? I didn't get out of this when it went to 67.96, so I'm not going to get out of this for 67, you know, 92. I'm saying a clean, solid move into the 67 area. I don't have a specific number. You know, if I want a big move. This drops another buck from here, 70 cents, 75 cents, yeah, I'm all out. If it gets to 60, 67, 925, no, I'll just hold it. You know what I mean? Like, I want a solid break of this. I want I want a solid break of 68. We didn't get it. It went down by 4 pennies. Boop. And then it immediately had this green bar here. People covered. I want to get through. I want to show confirmation, which by the way I have. I mean, this is just silly now. Look, this is going nowhere but down today. This is a bigger move in it. It's not done. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Recognize what's happening here. No one is getting out but 2 people. That's all. Dingleberries. The power money is still more selling to go. They're going to push it down again. Sell, 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 sell. Look at what's happening here. Who is in control? This is not getting bought. This is not getting any serious amount of covering. It has 1 green bar. Boop. You see what I'm saying? 66 bucks. This could go to $66 today. I don't think it gets to 62. It's $11.15 and it's $5 drop from here. But this could get to 66 something. This closes the day with a 66 in front of it as a low. I bet it does. I don't know if I'll see it. If I thought this had potential to get to 62, I'd stay in it. I think the low of the day on this is going to have a 62 in it. There. I just got out of half what I have left. There. It just took me out of half that. All right. So I've got basically 25% of the initial trade left. Jeez. I have a nice say in here. Ay. All right. Hold on. I got to put the stop back for the, no, it stayed. All right. I'm fine. Okay. All right, so I have 25% of the, I have 25% of the initial trade left in my position, and the stop is, unfortunately, a crazy far place away, but that's where it has to be. It's at 70.10, and nothing even matters anymore. I don't even care. I'm going to do my work this afternoon. If this thing drops down to some crazy low, I'll get out of the rest. My day is great. Okay, I just got taken out there with the other rest of the portion of 55. So that's booked. I could have put it over 60. This trade isn't done. There's no way it's done. It's not done. If I could call a new entry here for you guys that didn't get it down, I would. I can't call it. Look, it's not even going to give it. It's going to just do whatever it's doing here. This is just going to push on back and then wiggle and jiggle and push on back and wiggle and jiggle. It's just... The trade is not over, but it's going to push back up now here at lunch, and that's why the stop has to be all the way over here. It's like one of these things that, it's suffering to hold through lunch. That's why you got to book your money in the morning. Book as much of it as you can do that no matter what happens, you don't care. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the not caring part is about the fact that you've got such a good day in that if the trade you're in for the portion you have left fails, you're not going to be upset and it doesn't really matter to you. And if it goes on to work, you chunked out an extra chunk in the day and you're going to feel really great with yourself because you did the right thing knowing that there was more potential in here, knowing that the read on this is exactly what I'm stating, which is this isn't going anywhere but down. This trade is not done here. It's lunch. It's going to push back up. More selling will come in the afternoon. This could break again right in here now. I don't know yet. It's got to get under 68 again. Under 68, maybe we'll see the panic. I keep saying it. I don't know. I don't know what the number is. Maybe there is no number. Maybe Lulu is just going to sell off and bleed the rest of the day, just like since the time we took it this morning. This is what it's doing. I mean, that is what it's doing. It's still going lower. It's not like it's not going lower. It's just like I'm just wanting to see some monster bar, and I'm not getting it, so that's why I had to get out of half. And then I had to get another chunk. And now I'm in the rest of this. What can I do? You know, I keep waiting for some big crash through the floor to get out of the whole thing in one shot. It didn't work out that way. But it's a great trade. It was a beautiful trade. It was moved, you know, $2 from where I called it. If you did anything and I did with this today, it was a nice trade. And I gave a big stop, but I didn't need to do that. But I felt like I had to with this. I didn't know if I'd get an ad, and I didn't. But I did take full size, and it worked out, you know. Even with that monster stop, the trade was great, you know. All right, give me a minute and I'll be right back, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Did this move at all? Not really. Yeah, this is fine. All right, so I mean, if you don't want to trade this afternoon, you could be all out of it. I mean, you could have been all out of the whole thing down there into the break of 68. I mean, clearly that is where some people had as the target and took it all out. And that's why it went green there. You could have had an order out ahead of the market to take you out there. So you could have done that. And if you don't want to wait through this trade to the end of the day, then you could be out right here. I mean, this is still a terrific trade. So I think if you do want to get a bigger number, you're going to have to wait and stick it through. And I'd like to say to even put the stop over the pivot, but honestly, this really isn't that any kind of a major area. It's something. Maybe if it breaks a new low in the 15, I'll lower it here, you know, but I don't even want to do that yet. Why? Because this is kind of getting itself to lift here, and this could go boop, and then it could go right up there. I actually am really pleased with how nicely this is trading today. This is one of these stocks that it literally could have opened and done the kind of bar we saw this morning on the open. And I'm very pleased with the way this trades. I mean, this just goes to show you when a gap is good and it's intact, it could do things that it would never do on any normal day, which is actually trade like a real regular person without doing crazy moves. This is a whippy stock on any normal given day, and it's trading so nice today. All the numbers make sense. Everything looks great. It's not scary to be in. You know, it's moving fast, but at this price point, that's how stocks move. Okay. And from the minute that I pressed the button, and I was never down in this trade. So, you know, if I wanted to be really aggressive today, I could have done that earlier at. I thought it would be better just to let it play out. And as it turns out, that was a good decision. All right, let's look at the TXN. TXN triggered. You could be at TXN right now and have the stop over 80 if you really wanted to do something. I just don't think this has a big target. This actually set up on the 5, set up on the 1, set up on the 2, set up on the 15-minute. This is not doing anything wrong. I don't think there's a big target in it. If you really need to do a trade, this is setting up. It's set up on the bigger time frame. I just don't think the risk to reward is here, but if you really want to do something, this is clean. Market is higher. Look at this. All right, so let's write down the targets for the market. Market target is 40 and 55. 73.40, 73.55. I think we closed somewhere around there today. I actually think we can actually hold this greenness today. Oh, yeah, we're going to hold it. And in the SPY, the SPY wants to start getting buying. It could go all the way up to 165. That's the target. 165 today in the SPY. Okay. So 165 is the target in the SPY. Q 72.40, 72.50. I'm not saying it gets there in one shot. It could pull in and do another buy setup before it gets there, but that's where I'm looking at today. We closed green today, though, with this tail. The low of the day was set at the number that I gave this morning. And the low of the day was set here early by 9:35. So we're going to hold this. We're going to carry through here, I think, tomorrow as well. I don't know where we gap tomorrow because I don't know where we're going to close. But a very strong bullish intact market would trade up here, close here, and then gap up over this area tomorrow, and then we'd run. I don't know if it's going to play out that way. Lulu is just getting ready to pivot again here nicely on the 5. Look at this, holding itself down. It's holding itself down. I didn't lower the stop anywhere near here. It's far, far away for the rest. I've got all my profit for the day. I'm trying to give this some wiggly, jiggly room, but look, here it is. Does anyone have any questions about Lulu? Any questions at all about the trade on Lulu today? Some of you did not do it, and it's not that you didn't want to, but do you have any questions on it? Or anybody that did it? You know, for that matter. You know? Michael, would you have done it if you had never slept? Michael's out partying too late. On his birthday month. Too much partying on the birthday month. You know, yesterday that TiVo was ridiculous. I actually thought it was going to move bigger than it did. You know, I ended up making like 6 cents on it or something, but after I got out of it, it broke, and then I thought it was going to run, and it didn't run all the way. I did get out of it with profit, but it was like, it was silly to even do anything yesterday. There was just really not much of anything to do. So I'm glad there was something to do today. It's so much nicer to trade when there's stuff to trade that actually moves. And I just don't want to force stuff, but you know, to look for stuff and not find stuff. It's so much easier when it comes to you. And so the watch for tonight is Ulta, and we'll have to see how this sets up. And if this isn't set up right, I don't have anything else I'm watching. So, you know, we'll just have to follow through with the continuation gaps tomorrow. And TiVo still has more room in it. It's just acting strange. Oh, TiVo here. You could do TiVo again in here. You could do TiVo again in here. TiVo actually you could do right here and put the stop tightly over 90, 96. You could do a tight stop in TiVo here. Right here you could take TiVo and put the stop in 96. 7-cent stop, just down to the low of the day. Down to the low of the day and see if it breaks. Next number would be 1060. This is actually still okay in here, and you can put the stop tight. That looks fine because it's held in the 15. Just doesn't have any big... Look at this. Here. Let me just read what's happening here. This is just running. Yep. Here it goes. So we're gonna do it. We're doing it. Here it is. 73.40. We're gonna run up here at least and spy 165. And Lulu, look at Lulu. So if Lulu stays like this and the market runs up like that, this is really great. But let's just see how Lulu acts here. If this holds like it is right now, this makes me think this is going to get to a bigger number today, like 67, 66, okay? If this pushes all the way back in something crazy while the market's rallying, you know, that is not exactly what I want to see. But this is weak the way it's holding here. There's no question about it. Look. Can't even rally 10 cents. Can't even get over 60. I could have put the stop for some of it over 60. Here. So, you know, honestly, really, I think that everybody that's been trading just for a little bit with me, which is all anybody's been trading since I've only been doing this for a couple months with the room, I think that, you know, some of the days may be difficult because you're not used to doing stuff and it's new to you. And then some of the days will be easy because things just are set up really good. But I think ultimately, you know, if you learn the information and you have conviction in your ability to be able to trade and the system working, you'll stick through it and see your way through. And I think that's what it takes. It's like, you know, whenever I do these types of webinars and stuff like I did yesterday and I get correspondence with people after the fact, it's always interesting what people say. People want all kinds of things. Look, this is going to break again. Look. People want all kinds of things like for me to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. You know, you've got to learn how to trade. If you can learn how to trade, you'll be making money. I mean, you got to learn how to trade. There's not like you can just not learn. Like there's no way you can't be successful making money in the market without learning. You've got to learn how to trade. And that's just something that is, you know what, honestly, it's just not for everyone. You know, some people just are cut out for it. I think that you got to make up your mind if you are, though, before you start out doing it, you know. Here, look at this. Look. Ay, here it goes again. Beautiful. So, you know, people want what do I want to tell people? I don't know. You know, you got to learn how to trade. And you got to learn how to trade either by yourself, alone in the market, or from someone. Those are your choices. The market will teach you how to trade. It's going to be a long road and cost you a lot of money, but the market will do it. And you have to really, really look for it. Where's the answer? How do I do this? What's it telling me? Tell me the information. You know, part of the reason that I figured this stuff out is because I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I wanted to know. I was curious. I was a curious person and wanting to know how to figure it out. And if you're not curious, you just want someone to just, you know, slap it in your face, you know, and just, it's not going to work out like that. You must learn how to do it. You must be curious and inquisitive, and you must learn it. You know, I just, This is not something that wants to pay people immediately in an easy fashion. You've got to get good. Although I absolutely do think you can. I absolutely do think you can, and I think that if you learn from someone that knows what they're doing, it can be quite fast. It's just, you know, it's up to the individual. And some people are mentally damaged, you know, mentally damaged. You know, it's sad almost. Here, it's gonna break again. It's gonna break again. Under 26, under 25, under 14. There it is. Who's in this still besides Gerard? I know Gerard's in it. Anybody else? Anybody else still in this? Mel's still in it? Jim's still in it? Good. Michael's in it? Where'd you get in, Michael? Michael, you just rolled out of bed, and did you just short it when you rolled out of bed? Where did you short it, Michael? I called it on the break of 70 like 1,000 hours ago. Where did you take it? Oh, just now? Back in here? Okay. Where's your stop? Over 60 something? All right. All right. Okay. Anyways, I guess I want people to stick with it that are in here. I guess this is what I'm the point I'm trying to make for you guys. I want you to stick with it. You know, even if you're going back and forth with the process because you're still learning it, I want you to stick with it because it's good and there's no reason not to stick with it. And part of the process is learning. And everybody's learning curve is different. And this is just part of what it is. You know, I'm living proof that number one, the stuff works. And number two, my trading now has reached a whole new level. Well, it's actually, it's challenging every day when I get up and I see this thing. And I say, gosh, you know, where am I going to get this? But honestly, you know, I've never been more relaxed in my trading than I am right now. June 11th, 2013, I have never been more relaxed in my trading. I have never felt more confidence, conviction in myself than I do right now. And I started doing this in 2008. And I'm not saying it's going to take you 5 years to get to this level, but I'm saying you got to be patient with yourself. You know, you got to be patient with yourself. When you can get to the level where you're so relaxed with it, you will do the right thing. I think 60 is too tight. But if that's how you sized it, I think it should at least be above here, Michael. 62 is the high of this guy here. Spread is good on this now. Spread is good on it. If there was a pill that I could make to give people to be aggressive and relaxed at the same time, I would invent it. I would invent a vitamin. If I could come up with something that would be an herb or something that you could take, some kind of fruit as something, anything you could do that would make you aggressive and relaxed at the same time. I think that's where the balance comes into play. And I think that's the answer. And the only way that I can, you know, explain it to people is that you have to have conviction, so much conviction it allows you to be aggressive, and yet you're relaxed if the trade doesn't work because it's not like you question yourself or anything that you're doing in reference to trading. I don't know if that makes any sense. Why don't I have a level 2 here now? Why are my prices not moving? Did I lose my internet? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Crap, it just looks like I lost my thing here. I have no level 2. I don't have any moving prices. I'm stuck. You can hear me that I didn't lose internet. This just froze at 11:33. Hold on, let me look at my other thing. Wait, I'm taking the jiggy off for a minute here because I want to see if it's this or my connection. Hold on one second, everybody. No, I'm okay over here. Wait. shoot, it's too late for me to reboot. I actually lost connection on briefing. I must have lost internet connection for a minute. Hold on, I'm going to reset it. I'm going to